The seal morning was crisp, the kind of autumn air that bit at Taehyung's fingertips as he hurried toward the university hospital. His breath fogged in front of him, a fleeting reminder of his existence in a world that felt increasingly like it belonged to someone else. The sketch from Jungkook, tucked carefully into the inner pocket of his backpack, weighed heavier than his medical textbooks. Taehyung, you're more than this. The words echoed in his mind, a riddle he couldn't solve. Had Jungkook seen his pain, or was it just a fleeting gesture of brotherly affection? Taehyung didn't know, and the uncertainty gnawed at him as he stepped into the hospital's sterile embrace. His clinical rotation today was in the emergency department, a chaotic symphony of beeping monitors and hurried footsteps. Taehyung adjusted his white coat, the embroidered Kim Taehyung glaring at him like an accusation. He was early as always, but his mind was elsewhere, replaying the sketch, the shadows in the hallway, and the growing distance between him and his parents. Apad Dr. Kim Suk-in and Ime, Dr. Kim Hana. The hospital was their kingdom, and Taehyung was their reluctant heir, a prince forced to wear a crown he despised. The morning passed in a blur of patient charts and vital signs. Taehyung moved mechanically, his hands steady but his heart unsteady. During a brief lull, he slipped into the break room, where a few residents were sipping coffee and trading stories. One of them, a fourth year named Minnie, noticed him lingering by the vending machine. Taehyung, you okay? You look like you're carrying the whole hospital on your shoulders, said, looking at him. He forced a smile, the kind had perfected over years of hiding. Just tired, Nuna. 3rd year's kicking my ass. She laughed, but her eyes lingered, as if she saw something he didn't want her to. You're Kim Suk-in's son, right? Must be To, living up to that name. To match his leave after all, you were son of the great Suk-in, sir. I'm sure you will be best doctor in world. Taehyung's smile faltered. You, something like that. I'm trying, Nuna. He left the break room before she could press further, his chest tight. The weight of his father's name was a chain, and every mention of it tightened the links. He thought of Jungkook, free to stream his games, to laugh and dream without the shadow of expectation. Why was it so different for him? Why did Appa and Emma see Jungkook's passion as a spark to nurture, while Taehyung's was a flame to extinguish? Does they love him more? That evening, the Kim household was a pressure cooker waiting to explode. Dinner was served with the usual precision, the dining table a battlefield of unspoken tensions. Suk-in sat at the head, his face a mask of stern authority. Hannah's warmth was tempered by fatigue, her eyes flicking between her sons and her husband. Jungkook, as always, brought a lightness to the room, chattering about a new game tournament had qualified for. You should see the setup they're doing for the finals in Busan, Jungkook said, his chopsticks waving animatedly. They've got these huge LED screens, and the prize pool's insane. I might even get scouted by a pro team. I'm so happy. Suk-in's lips curved into a rare smile. That's my boy. You keep grinding, Jungkook. Make us proud. Do what you like, Kook. We will always support you. Just do your best. Taehyung's fork paused midway to his mouth, the praise for Jungkook a familiar sting. He set it down, his appetite gone. Ape, he said, his voice quieter than he intended. I got feedback from Dr. Park today. He said my diagnostic skills are improving. Suk-in's eyes narrowed, his attention shifting to Taehyung like a spotlight. Improving. That's not enough, Taehyung. You're my son. You should be excelling, not just improving. What's holding you back? Are you not Fausist? The words hit like a slap, cold and sharp. Taehyung's jaw tightened, his fingers curling into fists under the table. I'm doing my best. A pass. I'm in the top 10% of my class. And even I am good at everything. I always got in top 10. Your best isn't good enough if you're not the best. For other, Suk-in snapped. When I was your age, I was presenting at conferences. You're in your 3rd year, Taehyung. You should be leading rounds, not trailing behind. Hannah reached out, her voice soft but firm. Suk-in is still learning. He's only 21. Exactly, Suk-in said, his gaze never leaving Taehyung. He's 21, not a child. He's the eldest, Hannah. My name depends on him. He can't afford to be averaged. And on top of that, if he will not do good, what will Jungkook learn? He should be role model of Jungkook. But look at him begin happy getting in just 210. Your best isn't good enough if you're not the best. For other, Tom's chest burned, the words piling onto the weight he already carried. He glanced at Jungkook, who was staring at his plate. His usual energy dimmed. For once, Taehyung couldn't hold back. Why is it always me? Ape, he said, his voice low but trembling with suppressed anger. Why do I have to carry your name, your status, while Jungkook gets to do whatever he wants? The room went silent, the air thick with shock. Jungkook's eyes widened, and Hannah's hand froze on her glass. Seprin's expression darkened, his voice dropping to a dangerous calm. What did you just say? Taehyung's heart pounded, but he couldn't stop now. You let Jungkook chase his dreams. You buy him gaming gear. You cheer for his streams. But me, you force me into medicine, into this life I didn't choose. Why is it different for him? Why don't you care about what I want? Seprin's chair scraped against the floor as he stood, his presence towering. You think this is about what you want? This is about duty. Taehyung, you're the eldest. You have responsibilities. Jungkook's free because you're not. And how could you compare yourself to your own younger brother Horks? Is this what we teach you? That's not fair. Taehyung shot to his feet, his voice cracking. You act like I'm just a tool to carry your legacy. Do you even love me, Ape? Or am I just your ticket to keeping the Kim name in medical journals? Hannah gasped, her hand covering her mouth. Taehyung, that's enough. But Taehyung wasn't done. The years of silence, of swallowing his pain, erupted like a dam breaking. No, Kame, it's not enough. I'm suffocating. I'm doing everything you ask, but it's never enough for him. Why can't you see me? Why can't you let me be something else? Sapin's face was a storm, his eyes cold as ice. You want to be something else. What, Taehyung? A dreamer who wastes his life on childish fantasies? You think you can throw away everything we've built for you? Taehyung's throat tightened, tears prickling at the corners of his eyes. He refused to let them fall. I'm not throwing anything away. I just want to be me, not your shadow. Do you know how it's feel to not make your name and everyone will knows you piece of work but not the work which you want to do? I want to be artist but no, it will ruin your status. Why hug? The silence that followed was deafening. Jungkook stared at Taehyung, his expression a mix of shock and something else, guilt. Maybe. Hannah looked between her husband and son, her face torn. Sukin stepped closer, his voice low and cutting. You're ungrateful, Taehyung. We've given you everything: education, opportunity, a future. And this is how you repay us, by whining about fairness. Taehyung's hands shook, but he held his father's gaze. I don't want your future, Ape. I want mine. Seprin's jaw clenched, and for a moment, Taehyung thought he might strike him, but instead, his father turned away, his voice like steel. Get out of my sight. We'll talk when you've remembered your place. Taehyung didn't wait. He grabbed his jacket and stormed out, the door slamming behind him. The night air hit him like a wave, cold and unforgiving, as he walked aimlessly through the neon-lit streets of Gangnam. His chest heaved, the fight replaying in his mind. Had never spoken to his father like that, never let the cracks in his facade show so clearly. But now that they had, he felt exposed, raw, like a wound left open to the elements. Ended up at a small park near the Han River, the water glinting under the city lights. He sat on a bench, his breath ragged, and pulled the sketch from his pocket. Jungkook's drawing stared back at him, the boy under the stars, a version of himself he barely recognized. Why had Jungkook left it? Did he know more than Taehyung realized? The questions swirled, unanswered, as Taehyung's phone buzzed in his pocket. A text from Jungkook. Taehyung, where are you? I'm sorry. Please come home. Taehyung's fingers hovered over the reply button, but he couldn't bring himself to respond. He loved Jungkook, but the fight had cracked something open, something he couldn't close. He felt like he was standing on the edge of a cliff, one step from falling into a truth he wasn't ready to face. As he sat there, the park's quiet, was broken by a faint sound of rustle in the bushes nearby. Taehyung tensed, his eyes scanning the darkness. A figure emerged, too distant to make out clearly, holding something small and metallic that glinted in the moonlight. The figure paused, as if watching him, then vanished into the shadows. Taehyung's heart raced, his hand tightening around the sketch. Was it a stranger, or someone who knew him, who'd followed him here? The night felt alive with secrets, and Taehyung was no closer to unraveling them.
Reader, QSTONS. 1. How was the chapter? 2. What do you think what will happen next? 3. Will ever T parents will understand him and treat him same as Kook? Author's note asterisk. Apologies for the delay. It's been nearly a month since the last update. This chapter was mostly written, just needed a final touch, and I'm thrilled to share it with you. I hope you enjoy the intensity and drama. If you love the story, please like, comment, and subscribe for more updates. Your support means everything. Let me know if you want voiceovers to continue in future chapters, or if you'd prefer text only. Thank you for sticking with me, and sorry for any small mistakes. Hope you love this chapter. Love you all.